Alright, I think I am streaming, guys. I am just doing some touch-ups on an animation for a music video I did this last year. And there's about 6 or 8 shots I have to do kind of the same thing for, and then I have to figure out where they fit back into the edit. And then, of course, I am also going to be extending a shot at the end that's not important for you guys to see, but yeah, that's the main thing I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just running through and doing that. It's an MP4, so the sound is on. It's something I cannot turn off, but you'll only hear bits and pieces. So as far as I know, I'm not showing a video that I'm not allowed to show, kind of thing. It's just some little pieces. The line here is what's the problem. We're missing this little line. So the client has asked me to go back and fix that, because when she raises her arms here, you can see that line is not connected. So I personally didn't think it was noticeable, but it's up to the client essentially what they want. So I have to come back in here and re-find a brush that is the brush that I was using, which I am not sure which brush that is now, because this is not the same file I worked on. This is actually the a video file of that shot. That's why the sound is on it. And like I said, I'm having to come through and find the brush again. Once I find it, I'll be able to change it for pretty much all the shots. I don't know if I used my own custom brush here. It's possible. It also looks like maybe a charcoal brush, maybe. Probably get away with one of these. I'm trying to find the exact brush, but it's going to be very hard, I think, to find that exact brush, because I quite honestly have no idea. I'm just going to skip through some of these and see if it just pops out. Some of these are new brushes that I may or may not have used. Some of these are my own. That odd one is. We could try that one. This one is called New Dry Brush Sean. That's me. So it very well could be mine. So we'll just pick that first. It's possible. And then I will have to point animate this throughout the shot again. Hoping that I am getting this shape similar. So now I go through, add in the stroke itself. Just be a stroke, create shape. Color obviously is wrong. I think I can live with the width. I mean with the brush that I used there. Get the width right. Hey, how's it going? It's all right. I'm all right. I'm just working on fixing an animation that I had done prior. So I'm doing this. Unfortunately, I'm doing this over the video file. And I think what I'm going to do is export just the line that I'm fixing, not the video file, and then adding that line over the pre-existing footage. Because if I export it out, bring it back, what I mean, I'm going to wind up getting double noise on that. So anyway, let me go here now, select this, and try to change its color to be the proper color here. It doesn't seem to be. Oh, I need to. So I'm going to need to visually do this because I can't sample off this particular screen. Maybe something kind of like that. Just going to copy that and save it. And say OK, and it's It's close. Maybe a little less dark. Maybe something more in the brown. We'll copy that just to kind of make sure it's close. And personally, I think that's all right. Now I'm going to have to animate that point by point to match the motion in the shot. So the client has asked me to do that. I don't know exactly what any of this will. Well, anyway, so there. I'm just gonna double check that nothing happens here. So from here. Up to that point, I can see that really needs to be realigned a little there. The width of this probably still is like 1 pixel off, so I'll try to fix that. So I'm in a program called Moho. So yes, I created all the animation in Moho. This is I did 3 complete. Great. I did 3 complete music videos in Moho for this same client. And now I'm experiencing buffering. Great. I give up.
Some may say that
Roadkill is still in the works. I work on multiple things at the same time, so not finished with that one yet. So just still getting all the green screen removed from that one. Oh gosh, dang it. So I'm going to need to move all of these for that. This will now move to here. I can already tell this is going to be a huge pain. This is going to take at least a full day of corrections here. At least. For a tiny little line. I personally thought the line was fine, but it's not my video.
some may say
So like I said, Roadkill has a long way to go. This had to be done first. So far, I'm not happy with this at all. The line just doesn't seem right. It's okay, but that one, I think this one is just, for one, I think it might be too long.
Some may say, some may say, yes, say, that is mad.
No, there's no option for that. This part must be hand animated. Not everything is easy. We live in an age where every young person on the planet seems to think everything is push button. This is why guys like me matter. Sometimes you actually have to do real work yourself. I don't know why people can't get that. No, this is not an auto tracking anything. I mean, I might as well just use AI, right? No. There's some things AI is good for. There's some things automatic is good for, but not everything. And sometimes, if you can believe it, people actually like to do the artwork. You know what I mean? Some people actually like the work of the artwork. I think a lot of people think that if it's not easy, then you're not doing it right, and that's absolutely not the truth.
It's pretend.
And as you could tell, I'm a little just kind of agitated by that situation. You know what I mean? Everybody. Well, then go with the guy who can push a button and get it done.
It's pretend.
I get very Jeff Goldblum on that situation. It's not whether or not the technology exists or anything or can be used. It's should we or not. And if you're just trying to get the images made, yeah, you can cheat that all you want. If you're hiring an artist to do it and you want it done by an artist, then you should go for the artist and the actual art. You know? Not everything should be a cheat and a trick. And it's not. I mean, that is a huge misconception among a lot of people to think that, you know, what trick are you using to get that done? Well, I pick the bricks up, I move them over here, and I set them down. There's no trick. It's not a touchy subject with me. It's becoming one, I guess, to a degree. Because, I mean, if that's all people think artwork is anymore, it's become sad. Anybody could be an artist if it was all about learning a trick. Right? That's what I say. All right, so that one should be good. I'm going to export that one. Yep. This one's going to be called. This has to go into a new final shots folder. That, let's see. I will go find without showing everybody. There we go. And this is going to be that video. And this is going to be new final shots. There. This will be called, okay, that's the folder. We're going to call this maybe that will work, I hope. We shall see. Cool. Well, these live streams I do just because they're easier. Not easier, but because they take less setup and preparation. I just kind of turn it on and go. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. And then most of my videos that I like doing, there are other videos that are not live on my channel that you can watch. And those are the ones that I take a little more time with an intro and some music and editing. But I plan on coming out with an entire series of multiple series of videos for things like Moho, again, that are very structured and very specific and very polished, and also for editing and visual effects and stuff. Right now I'm just a little stressed and strained for time and stuff, and getting stuff done as quickly as I can. So because I'm also trying to get I'm gonna turn off the sound of this, just kind of check it real quick, make sure it plays correctly.
That it's magic.
All right, I think that looks fine. Okay, I have to make sure my lines worked together. Well, good luck to you on that. I highly recommend doing that. All right, so let's see. I'm going to do a new here. That one will be what it is. I'm also now going to go over to DaVinci Resolve and drop this in. Would you relax? You don't have to go outside right now. Okay? I'm doing a video, cat. You can't be screaming in the background the whole time. Okay? My cat thinks every time I do any kind of a thing on a camera or anything like that, my cat will suddenly need attention or be upset that I'm talking to somebody other than her. And then she goes and claws me up. Can't please anybody. Mayank Zyra. Cool. I'll go check that out. Let me see. Back in my video here. I know I'm opening this where you guys can't see it, but this is a client's video, so I'm having to do this part. You know, probably should be doing this part off camera. So let me find where my actual video is real quick. So many loud cars outside here. Let's see. That should be that one. So I'm going to replace that real quick. I'm going to make a new bin and call this Redo shots. Going to import in now that last shot. Just going to replace the first one and see which one the other ones need it and have to, because the naming and stuff is all screwed up. I have to go find those individually, sadly. So I had tried to tell the client this was going to be a difficult thing to fix, but here we are. And let me see. But if you're going to do this kind of work, this is part of it. In my opinion, working with clients is the worst part of it. A lot of people say, oh, I like the people, but I don't like this. No, for me, I have a hard time just because it's easy to speak a different language than your client is speaking and to say things in a different way than they are saying it. And it gets frustrating if you got anything going on in your life. Like if you have a cat who meows constantly in the background. That alone for me is more than enough to make me want to just quit. Okay, so is that one... Okay, and I have an issue with this one now because I had done this effect in After Effects. So now that effect does not work. That is highly annoying, guys. So what I have to do, I guess, is bring it in, and I'm going to have to find a way to composite these together. So I'll have to do that in a second. The cat is going to just make me end the video here sooner than later because I can't handle that. Let's check this real quick.
Some may say that.
Let's see if this can be done from this point.
That it's magic.
Okay, that's where it needs to be done from. That will be pulled back to here. And now, I might as well swap my screen over to you guys to show you what's going on. Because, yeah, I literally said I can't show you the DaVinci work. Like I said that I can't show you that. So, but I am going to show you. So if you can give me 2 seconds. I mean, if you guys are going to watch the videos, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. You know. Let me swap this over to my other screen. And right here, I'm just compositing one piece on top of another because the original has magic come from her hand, but you can see the line is missing here. Depending upon if you're on a phone or not. You see the line is missing here.
That it's magic.
And there's some magic that happens here. That is not in the shot that I just did, so I need to create a mask to where I can show through this line, but keep all of this in the background. Huge pain in the butt. Yeah. So, wine. I'm in a not great mood today. If you guys have noticed, I'm trying to not let that affect me, but it is. So, work with me, folks. So, this one is essentially going to be masked out. I'm going to let me see if I can get away with just doing it this way. I'm going to make a mask, a polygon here. I don't think I need a multi. We're going to plug that in the mask node. And I am going to turn it off so I can see where I'm masking. And then I'm going to cut out to where you just see this. Now, if I get complained about this being overlapped. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. Holy Lord.
It's pretend. Some may say.
You know what? I'll deal with that when I get to it. Let's see. So this polygon is going to be just this section of the whole thing. That needs to be masked. It needs to be, what would you call, like so. The mask needs to move with it, so therefore I may be able to track it. Oh, my brain right now is just not doing really well. You know what? I'm just gonna do it by hand. Oh, I hate that every time you select this line, if you're not right on a point, it makes a new one for you. I don't want that. Why would I ever choose that without specifically doing it on my own? I don't understand. And yes, I'm a little overly annoyed today. The cat's just adding to it. She bit a hole in my arm, left literally a claw sticking out of my arm that pulled out of her foot when she did it. I'm a cat person, but I'm not a this cat person anymore. She's her own particular person, and it's just doesn't gel with me anymore. And it's weird because I know it's not true, but I feel like she's against me, you know, trying to get me to fail. I know it's not true, but it feels that way when everything she does is trying to help me fail, seemingly. I know, sounds bad, but right now she's in my ear meowing again, so. Best PC for editing? A good one? I mean, get one with a video card of at least a RTX 3090. I mean, I would go with a 4090 or 5090. PC. I'm not a Mac fan. I like my iPad, but I don't use it for anything, you know, video-wise. I do have Resolve on my iPad, but it's limited because I'm not going to pay another $100 to have it work on there too, which I think is ridiculous. I think if you own the studio license, the the iPad version should be free. But, you know, I also think everybody should own their own Lamborghini too. That's never going to happen. I'm being facetious, but still. It's because I feel annoyed right now. So I apologize if you came to this channel today for the first time and you're like, wow, this guy's got an attitude problem. Well, a little bit today. A little bit. It's nobody else's fault here. It's my own stuff. And the cat. She's just one of those extras. It's the icing on the top. People say, just relax. Well, you know, if I could, I would. I never thunk of that. Imagine if this was your life every day, listening to that every day while it attacks you for no reason out of the blue. I made a post about it on my Facebook page and people said, "What did you do to the cat?" I'm like, really? Oh, the things I could have done, but didn't and won't. But, yeah. It's not going to be my fault that she's the way she is, that's for sure. So that took a ridiculous amount of work just to make this shot replaced.
That it's magic. Some may.
And of course it hasn't worked yet because I forgot what to do. What didn't I do? Oh, turn the polygon on. That would help.
They say it's pretend.
So let's go check. I'm probably going to need to soften the edges of that a little bit now that I think about it. So we just go into the soft edge like that. Come back out and make sure my magic is happening.
Some may say that it's magic. Some may say.
All right, so that one is fine for the moment. Got to find the other shots.
When hearts are filled with fear,
Yeah, this is another one.
to be kind.
So it's that time of year shot. So that'd be shot number 1 right here. So it's that time of year. Okay. So now we'll swap our screens back to Moho. And hopefully you guys can now see when I move this out of the way, of course, you can see Moho. I can't tell you my client. You know better than that. Come on. I cannot tell you my client. That's a silly question. You protect your clients. You don't tell them. You don't tell people who clients you have. You know, I'm working with a larger band right now that wears masks on stage when they play heavy metal music, and I can't tell anybody their name either. So, you mean you have to understand, there's no way I could tell you my clients. It makes them not protected. It'll get me no more clients. Let's see. What am I doing? I'm being confused. All right, so this needs to be saved. I need to go and get this next shot. I'm going to close Resolve because it's going to use up all my resources. I need to open or import that shot into this one now. So let me import. Well, let me just drop it in there actually. So I gotta check these, make sure they're actually doing what they're doing. Let me see, I don't know if that's... I think that's the first shot. So we will check it.
It's that time of year
Okay, that is the shot, but you can see we are
when hearts are
missing this.
filled
There's
with
one
cheer.
stupid little line that's ruining everything.
And
And I do not have a file to reopen for that. Because, well, some of them I do, some of them I don't. I bet you for this one, oh my god, I don't. So, let me see. Because other shots were based on this file. So some of it's been overwritten and not as I finish those, which is dumb on my part. But it is what it is. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a little distracting to do this together and to try and do this with the cat at the same time. So, cool. All right, have a good one, guys.